Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Mr. and Lady, it's your boy Jerm and you're tuned into Kinetic Aesthetic, and it's time for the weekly wrap-ups. That's the time of the week where we just talk about everything that happened. We tell you what was interesting, and I just go ahead and give you my opinion on some things. There's a lot to talk about this week. There was a very just interesting movement in rap that just showed a lot of shit for what it was. We watched one of the Paul brothers get their jaw broke, and on top of that, we got to see some interesting things in the NFL. We're going to be able to hear about one way that one player has just shown himself to be the stupidest player in recent memory and might be speedrunning the AB archetype quicker than anybody I've ever seen, and all of that and more. So go ahead, get yourself some food, get yourself some popcorn. Just get comfortable, because we're going to put some K all up in your A by giving you some kind of kinetic aesthetic energy to start your day. Alrighty, so let's talk about this fuck the streets movement. Now, and when I was releasing my episode on Thursday, I've already talked about this a little bit. I already talked about how I thought it was a ploy to boost his album sales. But where I was wrong when it came to 21 Savage and his whole fuck the streets movement is that I was under the impression is that this was some shit that he was just keeping to Atlanta. This was mainly just him trying to, stop all the bullshit infighting they had going on. But no, this has actually turned out to be something that they are really trying to push throughout the entire I really can't just say even the southern states. This is the whole industry, I guess, including Chicago, including G Herbo, pushing this fuck the streets thing. Just everybody coming out saying fuck the streets. They all trying to do this whole, we're done with it. We're trying to, stop pushing all that BS stuff. And I'm glad I'm not the only one that's able to see through it. I'm glad I'm not the only one that was able to really recognize what they were doing. But it's really just crazy to me just how blatant it is. It's like this is all just not only is this just promo for the album, this is really 21 and all these other street rappers really just trying to push the goalposts, trying to move everything over and trying to make it all good, because at the end of the day, the rap industry is just as full of nepotism, everything is just like high school. All these niggas are just trying to stay cool with each other. Everybody is trying to move the goalposts because they don't want Thug to be looked at as a snitch after everything they did, ostracizing Gunna, ostracizing all these other rappers over this type of stupid street shit that they really shouldn't be trying to live up to. Here we are. Now they're all looking stupid. They're all looking hypocritical. You got niggas like Pooh Shiesty, who just did a song on his first day out talking about, I'm the main shooter and I'm the CEO. You can't have it both ways. Either you are fully all the way in, not trying to portray this gangster rap image, or you niggas is just portraying an image. You're not really about all that at this point because you really are focused on your money. And make no mistake about it, it's nothing wrong, and I prefer if these niggas are just blatantly about their money. I don't want them out here still trying to risk their lives like they're not multimillionaires they don't have, or they're not worth multimillions. But this whole movement, this whole shit that they doing it's not genuine. And it's really it just rubs me the wrong way, because like I said when I previously talked about this, I would prefer to focus on the positives of it, focus on, it is better that they're saying fuck the streets, because at the end of the day, fuck the streets. It don't do nothing for niggas except just put them in terrible situations. But it's really disingenuous and it's really wrong to say to these communities of motherfuckers that's really out here living in the streets, that are really out here doing because a lot of times because they don't, not because they want to, but because they sort of they're in positions where they feel like they have to. It's not right for motherfuckers to just come out and feel like they can say fuck the streets. I'm not supporting that shit no more. Nigga, a lot of these people are only fucking with this street shit or moving this type of way because they following behind you niggas. The thing about rappers right now is that a lot of these guys are really connected in the streets, for better or for worse. A lot of them have real ties. A lot of the industry is not like, this industry is really bankrolled, and really like a lot of the gatekeepers are fucking niggas that really have street ties. It's just like the 90s. Like, nigga, even Diddy back in the 90s, this nigga was walking around, as we have come to find out, paying for protection by Southside Crips, having connection to real Harlem, to real fucking drug dealers in Harlem and across New York. This shit is real. So it's just really just funny. It's funky. It don't feel right, at least on my end, to see a lot of these niggas doing this. It don't make it, like, unless you niggas is all gonna start rapping about different shit. It's not rapping about killing niggas, not rapping about putting fucking batteries in these YNs backs and having them go do hits and all this type of shit. All of that has to end. And I don't know if that's the case. I don't think that's what we're gonna get. Like at this point, niggas are more worried about the antics. Niggas are more worried about trying to just do something for show or do something that's gonna go viral instead of actually just providing you with good music. Now, I like the 21's album. I was a fan of it. I fucked with it. I've come to realize just based off, and I didn't try to really read any reactions based off because I don't like to read reactions before I give my reviews because I don't want them to influence them. But apparently niggas thought it was mid. That's their opinion. I guess I just like 21, so the album is okay. It's good to me. If the album is not already being well received, your numbers that you were doing first week was supposed to be low, and now they're at 90. So clearly something is going on because I don't think like 40,000 streams came just from this nigga tweeting and doing all this shit. We're just at a point now where the people that are in power in terms of the industry, and this is across the entertainment industry as a whole, they would rather appear successful and put in effort to appear that way than to actually just do the work and put in the time and use their creativity to actually come up with something that's going to be worth the success that they had previously attained. Or they're unable to accept that their time is up. It's just one of the two. But either one is just bad for us long term. I don't necessarily know where the industry goes from here, what to say to the consumer. At this point, motherfuckers just gotta know you need to just be trying to find, like, we can't really be looking towards mainstream artists if you're really trying to find something that's going to be pushing anything forward. You got to be really willing. I'm a casual listener damn near at this point, so I'm not going out of my way as much. But I understand that if I really wanted to find something that's going to be groundbreaking and provocative, I have to really go out of my way. I'm going to have to start looking at what's underground, what's out there that's not being pushed by a major label, because you're not going to find it from these niggas right now. These niggas are lazy, these niggas are on drugs, and these niggas are they're not in it for the love of the game. And we're seeing that right now. And that's why shit is like where it is right now. Niggas want to complain about the rap game, but the problem with the rap game is the niggas that are complaining about the rap game. And this is something that I've seen since all this has happened. The one motherfucker that I know is feeling really shitty sitting in the cell right now is Lil Durk. For all of the talk that Lil Durk did about staying real, about staying true to the streets, nigga called himself the voice of the streets. These niggas is saying fuck the streets. Niggas not, and mind you, niggas ain't really said free Durk at all. But all of a sudden, niggas are saying fuck the streets. Anybody that's out there that think it's worth it in the end to stay loyal to it, that think it's worth it to just like stay 10 toes down in that game, it is no love in that shit. At the end of the day, niggas are more worried about money than they're worried about you, or they're worried about your loyalty or any of that bullshit you think is important. Durk is going to be in prison for a long time because he tried to stay true to some bullshit. As a multimillionaire, this man was more worried about trying to stay true, trying to be the voice of the streets, and just trying to stay true to some gangster code. And this nigga is going to be in jail, while all the niggas that are rats, all the niggas that are doing all this extra bullshit, 6ix9ine and the such, these niggas are out. You can say what you want about it, but niggas are out. They are free. They are enjoying their life. So all of these Chicago niggas that have been really like disappointed, nigga, you have nobody to blame but yourselves. You're not going to go to another city and start trying to impose your will on niggas. It didn't end well for anybody that tried to do it. Durk's in jail. Von is dead. The crew is in shambles. Niggas are still in Chicago now. All they can do is complain on the Instagram stories about everything that happens in the rap game. All they can do is complain about all these niggas that's trying to fuck with Youngboy now. Being real and honorable in a game full of niggas that's full of just slimy and snake niggas. What do you think is going to happen to you? Niggas are literally priding themselves on walking around calling themselves slime. What the fuck do you think is going to happen when you are no longer useful, when you no longer got no real rank, or you really have no clout in no situation? Whether niggas was afraid of Durk or not, the simple fact that I'm Durk, NOTF, and that whole camp or whatever, it don't matter. Niggas are all fucked up right now, and that's just the way this shit goes. It's actually, and I legit had not thought about it until I saw like a comment about it when I was looking through posts about this shit. It's really crazy. This and like I don't hear niggas saying free Durk. Somebody can alert me. When was the last time you heard any mainstream rap nigga come out and talk about freeing Durk? When have you seen them do anything? I've seen a lot of niggas like Youngboy posts. I've seen a lot of niggas trying to get on the good graces of that guy, but I have not seen any of these niggas really trying to champion Durk. I ain't seen niggas wear a free Durk t-shirt. Rap game is cold. This whole Hollywood entertainment industry is cold. These niggas is fake. This shit is not real. Don't believe any of this shit that you was seeing. All these, especially in Atlanta. Atlanta, from what I learned and just being down there and living there as long as I did, it's a get money city. Niggas is not really trying to beef like that. So at the end of the day, what you're seeing right now, this is what niggas is truly about. But that's all I got to say about that topic. Alrighty, so the story that never ends. Yes, we are still talking about it. Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion. This is something that I just saw over the weekend. Somehow this nigga got an NBC interview where they legit sat down. I just got done looking over it one more time. They actually sat down, talked to this man, just wanted to hear his side of the story. And it's the same old shit. He's very well spoken. He's eloquent. He knows how to speak well. It's the same old bullshit. He talks about taking responsibility and just, owning up to the mistakes he made while still at the same time trying to still deny that anything ever happened, that he did, that he shot her and all this and that. The main reason I want to talk about it is I'm just really still confused as to why motherfuckers are giving this man a platform. Why are we, what is the purpose of all this? I don't know. Maybe did this team pay for this spot? Because this is, I don't know what we're doing at this point. It does feel like I don't know why there's this big conspiracy. I really would like somebody to try to explain to me, like really break it down to me like I'm dumb. What is the conspiracy? Why is Tory Lanez so important? Why is Tory Lanez so important that Jay-Z had to go out of his way to take him down and just stop him? What was happening? What does he know? What secrets does he have? Does he know the launch codes or something like that? Because I can't think of any other reason why motherfuckers would be trying to cape this hard for him. Niggas wasn't fucking with his music like that. We can talk about him going independent before he was signed. Even but when he was signed to a major label, people weren't fucking with his music like that. So I don't understand why we've gotten to a point where this man is getting NBC interviews where he can try to dispute this after we've already heard everything, we've already seen everything. He had his day in court. I'm one for just, because it's true, niggas do be getting railroaded and then bad things happen. His victim was a black woman. He shot her in the foot. It is what it is. I don't understand what we're going to be what the purpose is at this point. I don't know why we're giving him a platform. He's not really saying anything. He's not really telling us anything. They're talking about new evidence. All that new evidence is just bullshit that's already been out. So he can debate this up and down, night and day. I really feel like until this man just learns to let this shit go and really take his L all the way, we're just going to have to continue to just have this fight going on. We're going to have to continue as long as Megan Thee Stallion's career is going. We're going to have to see nothing but free Tory comments every time until the nigga's free. And it's a shame. For what it's worth, I don't at this point the story is past even being about Megan. I'd like to think that she can be as far removed from this and as ahead in her life with this shit to where she would be able to be shielded from this. But of course, you already know PTSD, all the just trauma and comments and shit she probably had to deal with just while she was dealing with it. That shit sticks with you. So this is another instance of it just being dragged back up, being brought back up. And I want to call it shameful on NBC News and any news corporation that would want to give this motherfucker a platform and be doing all this. But I guess maybe they're just doing their job. Maybe they just, like I said, they probably got paid by somebody to, help give them that look. But it's confusing. I don't know why we're still here. I don't know why this is still relevant. He can appeal as much as he wants. I don't know what is there left for them to see. You've already appealed once and they denied it. I think at this point, all that can hopefully get that man out of there is just good behavior. But here, we're still here. We're still talking about Tory Lanez. We're still going through the same shit. Man, it is what it is. Alrighty, so quick little tidbit. But Anthony Joshua, the famed boxer who is from the UK, I should say, was able to knock out the annoying ass Jake Paul over the weekend in a very publicized, I don't know why Netflix keeps making all these such a big deal, celebrity boxing match. It was very entertaining. All the people who have really wanted to see one of the Paul brothers just get their comeuppance, finally see them get punched in the mouth. It finally happened. He got his shit rocked. And I'm gonna be honest with you, he got paid $92 million, so it's worth it in the end. But man, the way his jaw looked after he was in the hospital and everything, I'm showing it now. That man got fucked up. Hey, it's worth it to be the villain if you're getting paid $100 million just to go in there and box for it's one day of work and everything for a lifetime's worth of pay. But damn, that's a $92 million worth of hit. I'll tell you that much right now. Alrighty, so one last thing for us to discuss and talk about. Nicki Minaj, she has officially fully gone MAGA. She's not holding back anymore. She is full on going to rallies, sitting there with Erica Kirk, the widow of Charlie Kirk, and it was actually hilarious. She had the audacity, and this is the reason I want to talk about this. This motherfucker has the audacity to go out there and call JD Vance an assassin in front of the girl who just had her husband murdered by an assassin. You can't make this type of shit up. You cannot really. It's sort of clueless. I don't really understand what Nicki hopes to gain from doing this. It is true. I really just watched a good video about this. Once you really get to this point in your career where you're starting to do the Republican or conservative grip, you've reached a real low point. So at this point, I'm not even really going to wish ill will on Nicki or have anything bad to say about her. I hope that eventually she heals, because she clearly has a lot of stuff that's going on. She clearly just has a lot of things that she just might need to work on about herself, and that is what it is. Now, as for our real main topic and the big thing that I want to talk about, this is something that in a sense could go into sports talk, but it is so unrelated in a sense when it comes to the actual game of football itself. That's Puca Nacua, the superstar receiver for the Los Angeles Rams. Now, this guy has only been in the league for 2 years, but in these 2 years, he has been on a historic pace. He's been crazy good. He's been crazy good this season. He's one of the top 3 receivers in the game, if we're being completely honest. I can't really think of guys too many who are better than him. I'm not even going to get into a list, but yeah, there's literally, if you're really going to be on it, I don't really know if you can leave them off the top 5 at all. Top 3 just is almost a lock itself. And that's what makes it all the more just disheartening to really come to the realization that he is clearly the densest. He is not the sharpest tool in the book, in this tool shed. Whatever you want to call, whatever analogy you want to use, Puca Nacua is a bit of a fucking idiot. And my first realization was him actually wanting to go and hang out on a stream with Aiden Ross and Neon. And I'm not talking about anything that he did, it's just the fact that he thought it would be a good idea to hang out with Aiden Ross and Neon. He is the type of person that enjoys their content. That to me was all the excuse I needed to tell me everything about him. But it starts right there for me. But above all else, he thought it was a good idea on a short week when they were playing on Thursday night against the Seattle Seahawks in Seattle. This is a huge game. Shout out to Seattle for getting the dub, by the way. But he thought it would be a good idea for him to invite 2 streamers to their facility. Horrible idea. It was a bad idea from jump. Thankfully, the coach, Sean McVay, he was able to catch wind of it. Wasn't going for that shit at all. Axed it. That already would have been enough for me to damn near be like, should we worry about this guy, with a lot of other stuff that I had actually learned about him and doing research just on that. But then you add into the fact that he just turned it into a hell week. He ended up going on a stream with both of them, and not only did he spend time talking about how concussions are not real, he also made a point to talk about how the refs were trash, which is incredibly stupid. If you're an NFL player, it's literally part of your contract and part of just the rules of the league. You do not criticize the refs. You're not supposed to do that. It's just one of the big no-nos of the league, and an immediate and a very, very easy way to just get some money taken out of your next paycheck. So he did that. But to top it all off, this man thought it was a good idea to joke with these guys. And Aiden Ross is explicitly a right, or is a conservative leaning. I really have never watched I've never willingly watched a full clip of an Aiden Ross podcast, stream, YouTube video, anything myself to know his full political leanings. But he has hung out with Trump. He's had Trump on his stream. He's an Andrew Tate dick sucker. I do not mean that. I believe I've seen a clip of him literally sniffing a seat that this nigga has sat in. I kid you not. He's literally one of those, he is exactly the type of person you would think watches stuff about Andrew Tate and is a Trump fanboy. He's that type of kid. And then you've got Neon, who's just a very awkward, very just weird looking motherfucker. And I don't know anything about him enough, but I just know he's also said a lot of racist shit. He's also just one of those weird, obnoxious motherfuckers who does a lot of cringe and weird shit to impress his chat. And it's got him success, but it's led to me knowing that he's just a bit of a weird motherfucker himself. But I'm not going to necessarily say he's as bad as Aiden Ross. Like I said, Aiden Ross is a big fan of Andrew Tate. He is a real big fan of Trump. So he thought it would be a good idea for them to joke about doing a Jewish celebration. And I think Puca was the one that brought it up, that he was going to do a Jewish celebration as part of his, after he scored his next touchdown. I'm not going to simulate it. I'm not going to really even like do that. I don't want to get clipped out. I'm not famous enough to where I think anybody would even bother to do it, but I don't want to have that clip farmed on me. That would not be a good look. All it is there is a very harmful and negative stereotype of of people that are Jewish being money hungry and just very like greedy and grubby. They have like just money grubby hands type thing, and that is the whole like stereotype and everything like that. I don't know if it's a good idea, but I might end up putting a picture of the stereotype on the screen, but I may not, just because I don't know if that would really even fly myself. That might get clipped, but that is the whole idea of it. And because of that he got fined, it was already a bad look. And I'll be honest with you, just when you have your star player and one of the better players on your team, definitely one of the top 3 players on your team, do some dumb shit like that, it cannot really set a good precedent for that whole week of practice, for that whole week of preparation. And I do think that maybe in a minor degree, it played a little small role in why they lost that game. But that wasn't the end of it, because after losing the game, this motherfucker has the audacity to tweet and criticize the refs. And he's doing this literally, it was so quick to the point where you would think that he went back to he literally ran off the field, went to the locker room, and immediately grabbed his fucking phone. And this is after, just in weeks before that, he was live streaming after a game in their locker room, having players tell him to cut the shit off, and he was ignoring it. He's speed running the diva, dumbass wide receiver like archetype. I've never seen it happen this quickly. I've never seen it happen to a guy who you wouldn't have thought fit the mold. He has a disarming smile. He doesn't look like the type of guy, and I'm not just saying that based because he's a white guy or anything like that, or just a wine guy. I'm saying that he just has a very sort of just chill vibe to him. But the vibe is misleading, because he's got baby mama drama. He's got shit going on just with not believing in concussions. He's not a very intelligent guy. I can't really substantiate this because I only saw this in Twitter rumors, so I'm not going to try to say that this is a fact. This is just something that I read that we'll check out. The reason he left the University of Washington, yes, he went to the University of Washington for a year, was because he wanted to go somewhere that was not as progressive and wasn't going to be enforcing the mask policy, because this was back during the COVID years. Puca is not the smartest tool in the shed. He is clearly not the brightest guy, but he's really good at football, and hopefully that can take him far. But I don't necessarily know if he's the type of guy that is going to be like have a lot of money long after football. If his beliefs and just the way he moves are any indication, he's a fucking idiot. I sort of wanted him to get suspended just for being on the stream and even talking about doing that, just because of how stupid it was. But I understand why the NFL did what they did. But I'll say this guy Puca, you have a locker room with Devontae Adams. You have vets on the team. You got Matthew Stafford as your quarterback. I don't know why you would even have to be at this point where you're doing this type of dumbass shit, but someone's gonna have to get in this motherfucker's head, because he is like turning into an Antonio Brown type receiver without a Vontaze perfect hit. And that's the scary part. Like, AB at least we all literally saw it in real time, the type of hit that might have changed this man's entire life. We've seen it with Tua, potentially. I hate to even like speak on this like we know, because we really don't know this for a fact, but we have been in these positions with Puca. He's just all of a sudden, and maybe this was just who he was. Maybe this is his disposition, and that's a shame. But if he's going to be this type of idiot, then this always leads to one ending, and that's just the way it's going to go, because eventually the talent will outweigh the bullshit. Because right now, his talent's all the way up here. The bullshit is down here, if we're being real relative, because you can do a lot of dumb shit and get away with it, as long as you're going to come out there on a short week and get 12 catches, 2 touchdowns, and 225 yards. I believe that was his stat line. The only thing I might be wrong about is the yards. But that's exactly what the fuck you want from a superstar receiver, and that's the type of way that you're gonna ignore all the other bullshit that he's doing. Like, Sean McVay can be mad as hell as he wants to after the game is over, after they lost, after he found out about the tweet and everything. But he knows that as long as he's performing like that, he's going to keep him on the field. So eventually, they'll be here. And if it dips over to the other side where the bullshit is outweighing the talent and everything like that, or the production is outweighing the bullshit, he'll get traded, he'll get released, because nobody's bigger than the program. And Puca's going to find that out one way or the other. All right, everybody. This has been Kinetic Aesthetic. I am your host, Jerm, and I want to say thank you for tuning in and checking us out. Make sure you like, follow, subscribe on whatever platform that you are listening in on, and just do what you got to do to make sure you stay tuned in, locked in, and following whatever we're going to be dropping next. Like I said, this has been your boy Jerm. You guys have a wonderful Christmas, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace out.